Today we will study change of coordinate matrix. The coordinate of vector v, which is an element of vector space v with respect to basis b equal to b1, b2, b3, bn, are those coefficients bi which express v as a linear combination of the basis vector v equal to v1, b1, v plus v2, b2 plus vn, bn. These coefficients v1, v2 up to vn are called the coefficients of v with respect to the basis set b, which is equal to b1, b2, b3 and bn. And the column vector of these coordinate is denoted by vb, and it is nothing but the matrix of order n by 1. It is a column matrix consisting of v1, v2, vn. vb is called the coordinate vector of x relative to b. Every vector v corresponds to exactly one such column vector in Rn, and vice versa. Thus, we have identified the vector space v with the more familiar space Rn. So, by choosing a basis, a vector space of dimension n can be identified with Rn, and this is one of the important reason why these bases are useful to us. When the basis is the standard basis of Fn, the coordinates of v, which is equal to v1, v2, vn, relative to the standard basis e1, e2, en, are just the usual coordinates of v, which are v1, v2 and vn. Here the standard basis e1 is equal to 1, 0, 0, e2 equal to 0, 1, 0, 0 and en is equal to 0, 0, 1. And the column matrix here is v1, v2, vn, which we have denoted by v epsilon. Epsilon I have denoted for standard basis e1, e2, en. For example, the coordinates of a matrix A, B, C, D, this is a 2 by 2 matrix relative to the basis 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 are A, B, C, D. These are standard bases, and these are here the matrices of order 2 by 2. So the coordinate of a matrix this with respect to standard bases are A, B, C and D. The coordinates of polynomial px equal to a0x plus a1x plus an minus 1 xn minus 1, which belongs to Pn, relative to the basis 1 x square x raised to power n minus 1 are a0, a1, an minus 1. So these coefficients are called the coordinates of a polynomial. Let V be a vector space of dimension n, and v1, v2, vn be a basis for v. Then if g1 is a mapping from v to Rn with a coordinate mapping corresponding to this basis, and u1, u2, un be a basis for v, and this is another basis. This is one basis set and this is another basis set, and g2 is a mapping from v to Rn, be coordinate mapping corresponding to this basis. Then the composition G2 of G1, G inverse is a transformation of Rn, and it has the form x to ux, where u is an n by n matrix, and this u is called the transition matrix from v1, v2, vn to u1, u2, un. Remember, v1, v2, vn is the basis for v with respect to this G1 mapping, and U1, U2, UN is another set of bases with respect to G2 as a coordinate mapping. So if we get the matrix U such that X transforms to UX, then this is called the transition matrix. The columns of U are the coordinates of the vectors v1, v2, vn with respect to the basis u1, u2, un. For example, let B is equal to b1, b2. Let b1 is equal to 3, 1. This is a column matrix of order 2 by 1. b2 equal to 0, 1. and let E equal to E1, E2. These are standard bases 1, 0, 0, 1. If xp is equal to 2, 3, then x is equal to some vector here multiplied by 3, 1 plus some vector here multiplied by 0, 1, and the resulting we will get the resulting coordinate x. If x equal to 6, 5, then x is equal to, with here the basis is E1 and E2 which are equal to 1, 0, 0, 1. So x is equal to here some vector multiplied by 1, 0, some vector multiplied by 0, 1, and the resulting vector will be the coordinate x. So 6, 5 is equal to 6, 5 is with respect to E here. So now we are finding with respect to B. So 6, 5 is equal to 3, 0, 1, 1. These are the basis vectors. So 3, 1, 0, 1. This is first column, this is second column in this matrix. And xp is 2, 3. So it is 2, 3. So on multiplying, we will get the resulting matrix. If B is equal to B1, B2, B3, Bn, and PB is equal to B1, B2, B3, Bn, and XP is equal to V1, V2, Vn, then X equal to PB multiplied by XB. Then in this case, we call PB the change of coordinate matrix from B to the standard basis in Vn, in Rn. In XB equal to P inverse Bx, P inverse is the change of coordinate matrix from the standard basis from Rn to B. This is the change of coordinate matrix from B to Rn, and this is the change of coordinate matrix from Rn to B. Here x is equal to PB XP, here XP is equal to PB inverse X. For example, let B is equal to B1, B2, where B1 is 3, 1 and B2 equal to 0, 1 and X is equal to 6, 8. Find the change of coordinate matrix PB inverse for the standard basis in R square to the basis B. So the given bases are B1 equal to 3, 1, B2 equal to 0, 1. Therefore, PB is equal to B1, B2. B1 is first column, B2 is second column of this matrix. So here it is 3, 1 in place of B1, and this is 0, 1 for B2. So this is 0, 1. So B1 is the first column, B2 is the second column of this matrix, PB. Now it is easy to calculate PB inverse because we know that its determinant is 3 minus 0, which is not equal to 0. So we can calculate, we can find the inverse of this matrix by calculating the minor of each element and taking the transpose. So this will be equal to 1 upon 3, 0 minus 1 upon 3, 1. So this is a change of coordinate matrix from the standard basis R square to B, to the basis B. Let x is equal to 6, 8. This is given to us. Now we will use it to find PB inverse XB. So XB is equal to PB inverse X. So it will be equal to PB inverse is 1 by 3, 0, 1 by 3, 1. So 1 by 3, 0, 1 by 3, 1. And X is 6, 8. So it is 6, 8. If we multiply these two, this is a matrix of order 2 by 2. This is a matrix of order 2 by 1. So we can multiply these. So we will multiply 1 by 3 into 6 plus 0 into 8. We will get 2. Minus 1 upon 3 into 6 plus 1 into 8, we will get 2, 6 here. So the resulting matrix is 2, 6. So we have found the change of coordinate matrix PB inverse from the standard basis in R square to the matrix B, and we have also calculated XB. So coordinate mapping allows us to introduce coordinate system for unfamiliar vector spaces. Suppose a vector space P2 of polynomial of degree less than or equal to 2 consists of all expression of the form a plus bx plus cx square. Here the standard basis for P2 is equal to 1x and x square. So this is one side we have P2, on another side we have three-dimensional space. So it is a plus bx plus cx square is a vector space in P2, and this a b c is a vector space in R cube. So we can write a plus bx plus cx square as some element into b1 plus some element into b2 plus some element into b3, and the matrix column matrix as a plus bx plus cx square is equal to a b c. Polynomials in P2 behaves like vectors in R cube. We say that the vector space P2 is isomorphic to R cube because this correspondence is 1, 1 and on 2. Also, the addition and scalar multiplications are defined as x plus yb is equal to xp plus yb and cxb equal to cxb. So, it means vector space P2 is isomorphic to R cube. Now, changing between the standard coordinates with respect to another. Take the case when V is in Fn and the beta is not the standard basis. We may have the standard coordinates of a vector and want the b coordinate of it, and or vice versa. So how do we convert back and forth? If we choose a different basis a equal to u1, u2, un for v, this gives a different identification of v with Rn. It means v goes to Rn and x transforms to xa. With respect to the different basis matrix a equal to u1, u2, un. Now there are two different ways of writing each vector x in V as a column vector, namely one is xa, this is with respect to the this basis set a equal to u1, u2, un, and xb with respect to another basis set. So how are these columns related to each other? The secret is that there is an n by n matrix S such that Sxb is equal to Xa. Here it is Xa and it is Xb. These are related by this relation S into Xb is equal to Xa. And you should think of the matrix S as a machine that takes B coordinate column. I am calling it B coordinate column. Actually, it is a coordinate column with respect to basis B. So, B coordinate column of each vector x and converts it to a coordinate column of x. A is nothing but the basis set with basis set u1, u2, un for v. And this is done by this multiplication. By multiplying s with xb, we obtain xa. So, by multiplying s with xb, the b coordinate column of each vector x, we get a coordinate column S. This special matrix S is called the change of basis matrix from B to A. It can also be denoted as SB to A to emphasize that S operates on B coordinates to produce A coordinates. We also denote it by this. And but how to find this S which converts B to A? B coordinates to A coordinates. The change of basis matrix from B to A is the n by n matrix S from B to A whose columns are the elements of B expressed in A. So, S matrix from B to A, which is change of coordinate matrix, is nothing but V1A, V2A, Vn-A. So we have found the change of coordinate matrix. Since it is the coordinate which actually change, we call it change of coordinate matrix, and also we call it change of basis matrix. Similarly, we could convert from A coordinates to B coordinates, but the matrix that does this denoted by S A to B. Here it changes B coordinates to A coordinates, so I have denoted by B to A. If it converts A coordinate to B coordinate, then the matrix we denote by S A to B. And it is not the same matrix as B to A. In fact, S from A to B is equal to S inverse B to A. Both the matrices are different. For example, another basis for P2 is A equal to x plus 1, x minus 1, 2x square. Earlier we have shown, in the last example we had the basis set as 1x x square. So here S is equal to 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 0, minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 0, 0, 0, 1 by 2. If we consider the element f equal to a plus bx plus cx square, because it is a polynomial, so it will be of the form. So therefore fb is equal to a, b, c, these coefficient, because coefficient of polynomial are the coordinates. So FA is nothing but SFB. S we have here 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 0, minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 0, 0, 0, 1 by 2. So S into FB. FB is ABC. So if we multiply these two, we will get this column matrix, because 1 by 2 into A plus 1 by 2 into B plus 0 into C. So A plus B upon 2. Minus 1 by 2 A plus 1 by 2 B plus 0 into C. B minus A upon 2. So 0 into A, 0 into B, 1 by 2 C. So C upon 2. And this represents the fact that F can also be written as A plus B upon 2, x plus 1, B minus A upon 2, x minus 1 plus C upon 2, 2x square. So here in one slide I had written A plus bx plus cx square equal to some term into b1 plus some term into b2 plus some term into b3. So here in the example we have calculated that f can be written as a plus b upon 2, x plus 1, b minus a upon 2, x minus 1 plus c upon 2, 2x square. So the change of basis matrix S from B to A is the matrix whose jth column is Vja, where Vj is nothing but the jth basis element of B for every vector x in V. And we have S from B to A, xb equal to xa. So using basis to represent transformation, let T be a linear transformation from a vector space V to vector space V. The matrix of T with respect to the basis B equal to V1, V2, Vn is the n by n matrix TB, whose elements are TV1 with respect to B, this is in the suffix, TV2B and TVnB. These B's are in the suffix. These are the values of TV1, TV2, TVn with respect to the basis B equal to V1, V2, Vn, whose column are the vectors TVi expressed in the basis B. This matrix is helpful for computation. Suppose we take any element x belonging to V. So to compute Tx, we simply convert x to the column vector xb. Then multiply by the n by n matrix Tb. This gives a column vector which represents the element Tx in the basis. It means Txb is nothing but Tb into xb. Tb means the matrix with respect to B. It is also with respect to B. This is a, so we have obtained the matrix Tx by simply converting x to the column vector xb and then multiplying it by the n by n matrix Tb. So the choice of basis B for V identifies both the source and the target of T. Thus T get identified with the linear transformation Rn to Rn and hence with the matrix multiplication. In the matrix Tb, the jth column is Tvjb. Now consider the linear transformation D from P square to P that sends f to df upon dx, so the derivative of x F with respect to X. The matrix of D in the basis B is 1x, x square is 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, 0. So the differentiation is identified with the matrix multiplication. dA plus bx plus cx square b is equal to db into the column matrix A plus bx plus cx square. So 0, 1, 0, this db is 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, 0, and this column matrix A, B, C equal to, if you multiply these, 0 into A, 1 into B, 0 into C. So we are left with B, 0 into A plus 0 into B plus 2 into C. So we are here, we have 2C, and 0 into A, 0 into B plus 0 into C. So here we have 0. So we have obtained the matrix TXB. Here it was TXB as by converting X to the column vector XB and then multiplying it by n matrix TB. So TXB is nothing but TB into XB, and here it is DB here in place of T. So DXB is dA plus bx plus cx square b dB into xb. xb here is a plus bx plus cx square b. So we have obtained it to be b plus b to c 0. It is a column matrix of order 3 by 1. So it means this represents the fact that derivative of a plus bx plus cx square is nothing but b plus 2cx. Now comparing matrices of a transformation in different bases. How are the matrices of same transformation in two different bases related? Suppose we fix a linear transformation T from V to V. The choice of a basis B identifies this map with the matrix multiplication R into Rn. So XB transforms to TB XB. B is in the suffix. A different basis A gives a different representation of T. It goes Rn to Rn and column vector XA to TA XA. So what is the relationship between the two matrices n by n matrices TA and TB? So the next theorem answers this question, which states that let S be a matrix from B to A be the change of basis from B to A. Then we have TB equal to S inverse BA, TA, SBA. BA means it is transforming from the basis at B to A. And we can also write it as SBA TB equal to TBA SBA. A is in the suffix. So if we take this to this side, so SBA TB equal to TA SBA. So using the basis A equal to x plus 1, x minus 1 to x square instead of B, the transformation, the matrix of differentiation is 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2, 0, minus 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2, 0, and 0, 0, 1 upon 2. The matrices DA and DB are related by DB equal to S inverse BA, DA, SBA, where SBA is the change of basis matrix. So it means S inverse BA is the change of basis matrix from A to B. So its column are easy to find. So S inverse BA is 1 minus 1 0, 1 1 0, 0 0 2. Now consider the linear transformation D from P square to P such that df equal to f of x plus 2. Find the transition matrix of the basis P1x equal to 1, P2x equal to x plus 2, P3x equal to x plus 2 whole square to the basis Q1x equal to 1, Q2x equal to x, Q3x equal to x square. One basis set is 1 x plus 2 whole square, another is 1 x and x square. We have to find the transition matrix. So first we will find the coordinates of the polynomials P1, P2, P3 with respect to the basis Q1, Q2, Q3. So D1 here is 1. it means it is equal to q1x. dx is x plus 2. X plus 2 means it is equal to q1x is 1, q2x is x. So x plus 2 is equal to 2q1x plus q2x. You can easily find these coefficients because dx is x plus 2 means second term p2x, and this is 2q1x because q2x is x, q1x is 1. So it will be 2q1x plus q2x. And p3x or dx square is x plus 2 whole square. It is given here. If you open the square, x square plus 4x plus 4. So if we compare it with this, q1x1, q2x, q3x, x square. So we get 4q1x plus 4q2x plus q3x. So the transition matrix D in the basis B equal to 1x, x square is 1, 2, 1, 0, 1, 4, 0, 0, 4. Because here it is coefficient of q3 is 1, it is 4, it is 4, here it is 1, it is 2, here it is 1. So q1x means constant term, it is 1, 1, 0, coefficient of x square, 1, 0, 0. Here q2x is the constant term which is 2, then coefficient of x is 1, 2, 1, 0. Here it is q3x, 4q2x and q1x. So it is 1, 4, 4. So d of a plus bx plus cx square b is equal to db a plus bx plus cx square. db we have found 1, 2, 1, 0, 1, 4, 0, 0, 4, and this is a, b, c. If we multiply these two, 1 into a plus 2 into b plus 1 into c, a plus 2b plus c, 0 into a, 1 into b plus 4 into c, b plus 4c, 0 into a plus 0 into b plus 4 into c, 4c. Thus, this relation is equivalent to the polynomial identity a1 plus a2 x plus 2 plus a3 x plus 2 whole square, and this side we have b1 plus b2x plus b3 x square, and these are the values of b1, b2, b3. Find the transition matrix from the basis v1 equal to 1 to 3, v2 equal to 1, 0, 1, v3 equal to 1 to 1 to the basis u1 equal to 1, 1, 0, u2 equal to 0, 1, 1 and u3 equal to 1, 1, 1. So we are required to find the transition matrix with respect to this basis v1, v2, v3 to the basis u1, u2, u3. So it is convenient to make a two-step transition because if we consider the standard basis, it makes our work easier. So first we transform v1, v2, v3 to e1, e2, e3, and then from e1, e2, e3 to u1, u2, u3. e1, e2, e3 are the standard bases. Let u1 be the transition matrix from v1, v2, v3 to e1, e2, e3. So u2 be the transition matrix from u1, u2, u3 to e1, e2, e3. So u1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 1, 0, 1, 1, 2, 1. This is given to us. v1 first column, v2 second column and v3 third column. Also u2 first column, u2 second column and u3 third column. So in the first column 1, 1, 1, 0, this was u1, and 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, u2 and u3. So basis v1, v2, v3 gives the coordinates of x, basis e1, e2, e3 gives the coordinate of u1x, and u1, u2, u3 gives the coordinates of u2 inverse u1x. or u2 inverse u1 of x. Thus the transition matrix v1, v2, v3 to u1, u2, u3 is u2 inverse. u2 is 1 0 1 1 1 1 0 1 1. We can find its inverse. First of all, we will calculate its determinant, and which is a non-zero number. Then we will find minors of each of its element, and then take its transpose and divide by the determinant. So we will get the inverse. So this is 0 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 0 1 minus 1 0, and this is u1, this is u1 here. So 1 1 1 1 1 1 2 0 2 3 1 1. So if you multiply these two, this will we will get 0 into 1, 1 plus 1 into 2 minus 1 into 3. We will obtain this element. Similarly, we know how to multiply two matrices, and we will get the resulting matrix as minus 1 minus 1 1 1 minus 1 1 2 2 0, and this is nothing but 3 by 3 matrix, and which is equal to u2 inverse u. This is the transition matrix of v1 v2 v3 to u1 u2 u3. So first we calculated coordinate of x with respect to this, then u1x with respect to basis at this, and u2 inverse of u1x with respect to basis u1 u2 u3. So u2 inverse and u1. By calculating this, we obtain the transition matrix of v1 v2 v3 with respect to from v1 v2 v3 to u1 u2 u3. Thank you.